And we are live, back on the air with NashvilleLou Live. This is Twitchy Tide's Freeform, episode number 4. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. Have some fun here for the next few hours with Twitchy Tides. We only have 11 people in, so that's enough for our first game. Need a minimum of 10. As far as the leaderboard goes, already have a dozen in there. Let's take this overlay down. Hello, Prince Paradox. ASU saying Cartman. Arizona State getting it done yesterday. It'll be interesting to see what the final layout is for this newly expanded American college football playoff. For years and years, I had to argue with people that would defend the status quo, even though it made no sense. Like, you're carrying water for these big bowl executives. You don't even know it. You rubes. But eventually things change, and you get weird things like conferences with different teams in different places. I want to get to that madness. What we got here makes a little more sense. You got Twitchy Tides. We've got 12 players in. I'll join as well with exclamation point play in chat. I'm doing great, Prince Paradox. How are you? Sometimes it's easier for me to say it than to try and respond in chat quickly. Hi. There, I can do that. All right, so we got 13 people in for this first game of Twitchy Tides. Players, people hoping to get a top 10 finish. Get leaderboard points for that monthly competition. Want a top 25 finish, a top 75, etc. There are people around the clock looking to play. So here we are on the other side of 8 a.m. Eastern. Got 13 people in right now for this first game. If you want in, now's the time with exclamation point play in chat. Even if this is something you're completely unfamiliar with, and you've never played Twitchy Tides before, you don't have a wax wallet, you're like, Lou, what is this? You don't have to worry about that. If you want to play for fun, exclamation point play. The game will assign you a fish, and you can play for fun if you want to. Most people playing, though, have wax wallets where they've got a variety of fish they can choose from. We've got a variety here on display with these 13. We've got Viper Czar, Cartman Bra, Zarvine, Silent One, Winterfell, Chucky, Jeff 0079, Liquid Chill, Prince Paradox, JB Penguins, Lot DS6, Campus 83, Plantality, Rising Dragons, Parrot, and me, NashvilleLou. So that has us at 16 people, 16 fish. So for the winner, prize is a Warsaken Foil Prime card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection that'll give you a boost in the fun new game Meta Battler. Plus, you'll get an entry into the drawing we're going to have coming up Tuesday night U.S. time, Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. In my leg of the day-long event of Tides Tuesday, that's when I'm slated to start. I plan to open things up with a drawing. The only way to get in on that drawing is to win a game here on Freeform. It's the 4th episode. We've had a number of winners, a wide variety of people. We've got Nasha and Tree Frog Nodded. We've got 18 people for this first game. So let's get to it. If I win, prize goes to second place. And this first game of Twitchy Tides of the broadcast starts now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides, Freeform Episode 4. NashvilleLou Live and early on Rising Dragons. Taken out by Big Worm with a Hook. It's Debo the Shark, working bottom row, going left to right. Takes out Viper Czar. Nearly avoided, had my Soul the Catfish taken out there, but Debo left on the right bottom part of the screen, so we're down to 16. Then there's Big Worm with a Hook, taking out Jeff, taking out Silent One, down to 14. Cannonball, I'm out. Prince Paradox out as well. So we're down to 11. Debo the Shark, working the low side again, left to right. There goes Cartman Bra. And Nasha taking out as well. We're down to 9. So half the field is out, but these last 9, you know, you've got some leaderboard points coming your way. Question is, who will be the winner? Pink Felicia up top. There goes Tree Frog Nada. There goes Jamie Penguins. And we're down to 7. Debo. It's Debo the Shark. Going left to right, taking out Chucky, taking out Zarvine. Freeze put on right there, and there was the shell shock from Liquid Chill or whatever it was. Debo paused for a moment, then kept going. We started with 18 fish. We're down to 5. And again, it's Debo the Shark taking out Canvas. There's still one more kill that Debo could get before leaving, but that'll end it for now with 4 remaining. Winterfell, Liquid Chill, Flantality, and Parrot, the last 4 in there. Liquid Chill gets taken out by Big Worm with a hook, and we're down to 3. Flantality, Winterfell, and Parrot. Big Worm trying to make a return on that top left side. Got dealt with there, that boost from Flantality with a Rocco fish. Meanwhile, it's Pink Felicia going right to left, upper mid. It looks like Felicia is going to miss all 3 remaining fish. Debo the Shark. There goes Flantality. We're down to 2. There goes Winterfell. That's going to do it. Congratulations. Parrot 314 gets the victory in game number 1 of the broadcast. Parrot had a win the other day. I've had a bunch of winners here. And with the first game, it's the first win of the broadcast for anybody, and there it's Parrot getting the win. Of course, for the top 10 finishers, you'll be looking at some points. The better you finish, the more you get as far as those leaderboard points for that monthly competition. And it's going to get more and more fierce. Wait and see. Even if this game were to hold even, it would still be fierce, but there'll be more and more people. People are seeing how popular this is. They're seeing how much of a draw this game is. And you got people on here looking to draw new viewers to their Twitch channel. Twitchy Tides. Worth looking into. For now, though, enjoying having this here. Got Parrot with a victory. Congratulations on the win. We'll get back open for the next game with exclamation point play in chat. It's exclamation mark play to get in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Here on Freeform Episode 4. I've got a simulcast over on Kick, but of course the primary focus is here on Twitch, where we've got chat set up and where you can play Twitchy Tides by typing exclamation point play in chat. But there are some people that watch me on Kick, and I'm greatly appreciative of that. We've got a dozen people in right now for this next Twitchy Tides game. Want to join the list? You can do so with exclamation mark play in chat. I've been testing out Twitchy Tides in some different time slots. I've intentionally not promoted it much at all ahead of time. Just trying to see what kind of draw we'll get middle of the night if I start versus if I start later versus a Saturday versus a Sunday. A lot of variables that can be tough to keep track of it all. I can tell you it won't be as long as the prior to Freeform broadcasts have been, just because the NFL games for today that I've got to keep a close eye on. Had so much fun watching the various American college football championship conference games that took place yesterday. I literally finished the stream and then right onto that Big 12 championship game, the MAC. Happy to see Marshall win the Sun Belt championship. I think it's too bad Marshall doesn't get... It's like, you win a conference, I think you should be able to get in the playoff. But look, we only had 4 teams in that playoff until this year, so I'll be satisfied to sit back and at least have what we've needed for decades. Over on DraftKings, I've been lobbying for this for more than 20 years. Sometimes, if you can focus it well enough and reach the right people eventually, and if you have the TV money to make it happen, that's really what caused it. Of course, there are ramifications, like the conference is getting all screwed up. But here we are. We got 17 people in for this next game. Well, they don't have the final listings out yet as far as who's in and who's out. Let me check something here real fast. I believe it's later today they'll have the official listing. But it was a tough one for Iowa State. Iowa State and Arizona State had never played before. It was their first ever meeting in the Big 12 Championship. Why not? Very on brand for 2024. But it's pretty steady win there for Arizona State. There'll be an interesting team to see in the mix. There'll be a lot. I mean, Georgia and Texas went to overtime. I'm not going to give you the whole football rundown. But like, look, we're international viewers, though. We don't care about your college American football. It's not even the right sport if you're calling it football. So we got, 17? Already getting this one. I don't think I did. I'll do that now with exclamation mark play. All right, so we got 18 people in for this next Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. Got Flantality, Jamie Penguins, Chucky, Nadu 6, Winterfell, Lexi Lex, Silent One, Rising Dragons, Cartman Bra, Prince Paradox, Free Frog Nada, Parrot, Liquid Chill, Nashville, Zarveen, Jeff 0079, me, NashvilleLou, and Going Tonto. So 18 players. Top 10 finish means you're getting some leaderboard points for that monthly competition. And for the winner, along with the most points out of anybody that'll be in this game, you'll be getting the prize of a Warsaken Foil Prime card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection, give you a boost in the game Meta Battler, plus an entry into that drawing we're going to have Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. NashvilleLou Live and Tides Tuesday. My leg of it starts, or is slated to start, at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's 0300 UTC. Some of you won't be awake at that point. You don't have to be present to win. You'll have earned it by win. The only way to get that drawing is to win here on Twitchy Tides Freeform here on NashvilleLou Live. We got SDB123 in to get us 19 players. So let's get to it. If I win, prize goes to second place. And it starts now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides Freeform Episode 4, NashvilleLou Live. We start with 19 and Pink Felicia. Right away takes out Zarveen, takes out Rising Dragons. Down to 17. It's Debo the Shark up top. I'm out, as is Going Tonto, so we're down to 15. And I really do like it better now, a few games in. I've gone through and watched, it's been tough. I've had a lot of live streams, so going back to watch it all has taken some time. But from what I've gone back and watched, I think the pacing works better the way it is now. So you're going to limit as far as how many a given enemy can take out at once. Silent One got taken out there by Debo the Shark. Only for, I believe, it was a super, or a flare, maybe it was, if not a super spin that took out Debo. But Debo's back. Nadu's out, as is Tree Frog Nada. But I've got it capped at 2 kills per crossing, so no further damage done by Debo there. We're down to a dozen. Pink Felicia. Going left to right, upper mid. Then sit back in the other direction. No harm done. So Cartman makes it rain there with that Lambo. Meanwhile, up top, it's a cannonball. Tough one there for Cartman. Eliminated by that cannonball. We're down to 11. Cannonball up top takes out Jeff. We're down to 10. So the remaining fish will all get leaderboard points. Who's going to be the winner? Debo the Shark takes out SDB123, takes out Winterfell. And we're down to 8. Ghost Command. It's Debo the Shark again. Taking out Liquid Chill, taking out Flantality, and we're down to 6. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Debo the Shark, this time right to left up top. Debo chomps away, takes out Lexi Lex, takes out Nashja. We're down to 4. Prince Paradox, Jamie Penguins, Chucky, and Parrot, the last 4. And again, it's Debo. Going right to left up top. Debo's going to take out Chucky. We're down to 3. It's Prince Paradox, Jamie Penguins, and Parrot. Debo up top, going right to left. Well-timed freeze there by Parrot. Jamie Penguins will get by Prince Paradox with that flare command with the Neon Leon. Ensure safe passing. So for the moment, the 3 remaining players still in the mix. Cannonball knocks out Jamie Penguins. We're down to 2. Parrot just used that bubble command. And Prince Paradox with a Neon Leon and a spin move. Tough one there for Parrot colliding with that depth charge, and that's going to do it. Congratulations, Prince Paradox gets the victory in this second game of the broadcast. Parrot had a chance to get 2 wins to start things off, but a first place and a second place, not a bad start. Prince Paradox gets the win. Prizes will be sent out shortly after the conclusion of the broadcast. Will come from my fulfillments wallet. So again, the top 10, those finishers will be, already have, right now earned, leaderboard points for that monthly competition. People are looking to play Twitchy Tides around the clock. They want to keep those numbers up, those points, those wins, those games played. So congratulations, Prince Paradox, on the victory. All right, back open again for the next Twitchy Tides game with exclamation point play in chat. And again, for the winners, not only are you getting the Forsaken Foil Prime card, the item from the NashvilleLou collection, but you're also entered in that drawing. We're going to have that Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Tides Tuesday is an all-day event. But my part of it starts, or is slated to start, at 10 p.m. Eastern, 0300 UTC. You don't have to be present to win. But if you've won here even once on Freeform, then know that you'll be in the mix, and you can watch live if you want to. You can watch it, catch the video on demand later, the VOD, if you're so inclined. But you don't have to be present to win. You'll have earned it already here on Freeform. We already got 10 people in. I'm going to be off headset here for a few minutes. I'll be back in with some more Twitchy Tides. Freeform Episode 4, NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. Alright, back on headset with you here. This is Twitchy Tides Freeform, episode number 4 on NashvilleLou Live. We got 29 players in for this next game. I tell you, people love Twitchy Tides. Take that overlay down. Greetings and welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. I'll join with exclamation mark play and the 2. Remember, you can set 5 different fish in your Twitchy team within Twitchy Tides. So if you got multiple fish, you want certain ones you want to use in certain games, you can switch easily between numbers 1 through 5. They each have a spot you can switch in and out if you want to, but it makes it easy on the fly to use a variety of fish. We got 30 players and last chance to get in for this next game with exclamation mark play in chat. Let's go through this rundown here, shall we? We got 30 players. We got Crypto Gamer, Nashja, Plantality, Prince Paradox, Rising Dragons, Jeff 0079, Cartman Bra, Silent One, Winterfell, Zarveen, Liquid Chill, Jamie Penguins, SDME 123, Tree Frog Nada, Lot DS6, Nadu 6, Terran Lore, Master Rays, Chucky, Griebnick, Lexi Lex, Parrot, Flower, Ginteri, DeBoer JS, Billy XBT, Viper Czar, I am JR 000, me, NashvilleLou with the Vape Ape, and Jess Tony. So that's 30 players. So remember, a top 10 finish means you're going to get some leaderboard points for that monthly competition. It's just going to get more and more fierce. People want those top 25, top 75, top 150. More and more people are going to learn about this game, and demand is going to keep going up. People love to play. They love to stream it. Why not? Welsh Dan FT is in. Think of us 31. Hello, Welsh. How you doing? Greetings and welcome. This is Freeform, which, as the name suggests, kind of open-ended. Doing things a bit differently. Trying some new stuff out in that last few days. Doing that here right now. So we got 31 players. I haven't won yet on Freeform. Big losing streak. Usually every now and then I'll catch a lucky break, even if I'm not using commands. But it hadn't happened on Freeform, so in the event that this is the one where it does happen, prize goes to second place. So there's 31 players, and it starts now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. And likewise, Welsh, glad to have you here. Early on, we're down to 28, so I try and find this emote on a small screen here. There we go. The Cannonball. Down to 25. Chucky, Tree Frog, Plantality, Cartman, Flower, and DeBoer JS. Already out. Still got 25 in the mix, and it's quite a mix as far as the various fish in there. Ginteri gets taken out by Pink Felicia. Felicia got zapped at that point, but damage done, we're down to 24. Let's see if I can use the banana command with this Vape Ape. Debo cutting through. Took out Nadu 6 and Jamie Penguins. There's the banana. Let's just leave it there. I don't think the banana did much. Down to 22. Earlier on a different stream I was playing on, I had a banana take out 2 cannonballs with just 1 banana. I was like, man, that's some high quality banana right there. And then there I go getting zapped. Knocked out along with Terran Lore by Pink Felicia. So we're down to 20. Ricochet. Depth Charge. Winterfell, Prince Paradox, and Welsh all eliminated. Down to 17. I think Big Worm was going to try and unleash the hook, but got counteracted. Some of these fish have some powerful counterattacks, but in this case, it's Debo the Shark cutting through. Lot DS6 and SDB 123 eliminated. More than half the field is out. We're down to 15. And now Debo. It's Debo the Shark going right to left. There goes Parrot. There goes Viper. This is again where I've capped it as far as how many kills these various opponents can get on a single pass through. I found that to be a lot more satisfactory than having like 2/3 of the field sometimes wiped out. If there's right away a cannonball, getting a bunch of people knocked out where you can't even process it. That's at least you can tell what's going on. The Pink Felicia doing some damage. Rising Dragons out. I am JR out. Down to 11. Cannonball takes out Master A's. We're down to 10. So the remaining fish all get leaderboard points for that top 10 finish. They've clinched, but who's going to be the winner? It's Debo the Shark up top, going right to left. Debo gets Griebnick on the way out, and we're down to 9. And now Pink Felicia going right, or left to right, I should say, bottom part of the screen, heading right. Taking out Crypto Gamer, taking out Billy, and we're down to 7. Speaking of Debo, here comes Debo right to left, upper half of the screen. Silent One and Liquid Chill both eliminated. We're down to 5. That's these special commands. You got the Misfit, you got the Flare, and there's a depth charge that takes out Jess Tony. So we're down to 4. Zarvine, Lexi Lex, Nasha, and Jeff 0079, the last 4. And now it's Debo the Shark. Going right to left. Can Nasha get out of the way in time? Indeed. Nasha escapes. Debo exit stage left, and so we're stuck with 4 here for the moment. Zarvine and Jeff with your simultaneous freeze commands, along with Lexi Lex and Nasha, the last 4. And it's Debo. Again, Debo hogging up the spotlight here. Got to sit back in the other direction, though. And some of these fish have powerful commands that can be used to thwart the opponents. You can't escape from the tank, though. That's not an available trait. Cannonball, it's going to do it. That Cannonball takes out 3, and it took out 3 there. You can see the final results. Zarvine, Nasha, and Jeff all got hit by that Cannonball, and it's Lexi Lex getting the win in game number 3 of the broadcast. All right, so Lexi gets the victory. Means an entry for Lexi gets added for that Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Be giving away 3 Faded Monsuda packs. They're personally given to me by Sensei Bullrog to give away. Waiting for the right time to do it. Now is the right time to give some away. Now is in between now and Tuesday. Chance to get in. If you can win here on Freeform, earn a spot. I've been in every game, haven't had a single win yet, so you have to actually earn it. You can't just show up and assume you'll get it. With some top 10 finishes here. Some people on the outside looking in. We had 31 players, and that was amazing. I was not expecting that many that quickly. But that's why I try this in different day parts, different time slots, etc. So you see the top 10, and ultimately, Lexi Lex got the victory. All right, now, I'm going to try something here. I saw it in the general random commands. I thought this was like to change commands in-game, but this is for the, okay, exclamation tank. That's how you get the random key. I don't know why it says commands. I mean, maybe that's what the term is for that. I was thinking of a keyword or whatever. Exclamation tank. I should probably change the pinned message. It was worth it to actually get it to work. Copy up here. So it's exclamation mark tank, not play for this one. All right, 15 people in for this next game. Exclamation mark tank. Again, this is Freeform. I've been using the exclamation play just because that actually worked for me, but now that I understand that the random commands, I thought it meant like the fish in the game couldn't do the special stuff. I legitimately wasn't sure what that actually did, but I had a misconception about it. So that's how you get the random commands. That's what it is. It's the keyword. I think it changes what a given fish does in game. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. Now that I understand that's what they mean. We've got 21 players in already for this next game. Exclamation mark play in chat. Now, I'm doing that out of habit. I'm going to have to... I'll probably go back to that after this one, but I want to at least try to see if it'll work. So here for this game, exclamation tank. It's Freeform. Twitchy Tides Freeform. We've got 22 in there. I'll join as well with exclamation mark tank. Time to adapt, says Rising Dragons. Yeah. Adapt or perish, right? And on this one, we'll go with the Oga Beaver. All right, so we've got 23 players in for this next game. Last chance for you to get in on it with exclamation mark tank to change the pinned message. But it's worth it to test it out. So I don't want to reward people that are doing bad behavior as far as following the rules and not doing bots and the like. But I'm not an expert on that. Look, I'm a broadcaster. I'm a sports broadcaster. You give me a sport and I'll go and explain it, make it make sense to people, while also not insulting the intelligence of the people who really know it as well. That can be kind of a fine balance. Or at least that's the attempt. That's the effort. With something like the super technical stuff, there are times where I feel like I know just enough to be dangerous. Kind of like HTML. But there are people that are definitely savvy as far as making sure rules are enforced. And with that in mind, trying something different here with the exclamation tank, and clearly people get it. We've got 25 players in for this next game. We've got Billy XBT, Nadu 6, DeBoer.js, Lot DS6, Cartman. I take a sip of water. Floor Slayer, Jess Tony, Silent One, Flower, Random King, Lexi Lex, Jeff 0079, Drumar, Liquid Chill, Terran Lore, Parrot, Canvas, Rising Dragons, Mortal Wombats, Tree Frog Nada, Master A's, me, NashvilleLou with that Oga Beaver, Boca Twitcher, I am JR 3000, I am JR, Chucky, and Going Tonto. Coins for Vince makes it 27. We got 27 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. So remember, you're wanting a top 10 finish so you can get some leaderboard points out of this game. That monthly competition for the winner. Prize is a Warsaken foil prime card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection to give you a boost in the game Meta Battler, plus an entry into that drawing we're going to have Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 0300 UTC start time. You don't have to be present to win, because to get in that drawing, you have to earn it by winning here on Twitchy Tides Freeform. But for this fourth game of the broadcast, we got 27 players. If I happen to win, prize goes to second place. Dan Asker. Hello, Dan. Dan's in to give us 28. This next game starts now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides, NashvilleLou Live. Pink Felicia right away takes out Billy XBT, takes out me. We're down to 26. Now it's Debo the Shark. Took out Terran Lore, took out DeBoer.js. So for Pink Felicia, for the Shark, I've got them capped at 2 kills. But I might switch it up after this, maybe do some adjustments, maybe limit it a little bit more and see how that affects things. Pacing is important. Meanwhile, Steve-O the Shark, less concerned about pacing, more concerned about chomping away, taking out Lexi Lex, taking out Drumar, down to 22. This is NashvilleLou Live with Twitchy Tides, and it's Pink Felicia. Felicia takes out Canvas, Lot DS, so we're down to 20. Some of these fish have rather effective countermeasures, attacks that can be used against the opponents. So eventually those opponents, those enemies do keep coming back. There's Pink Felicia. She got zapped, but not before taking out Master A's and Going Tonto, down to 18. Big Worm of the Hook gets Flower and Liquid Chill. We're down to 16. Cannonball. Cannonball gets Parrot, Rising Dragons, and Tree Frog Nada. We're down to 13. Pink Felicia. There goes Jess Tony. There goes Coins for Vince. And we're down to 11. Depth charge. There goes Mortal Wombat. So we're down to 10. The remaining fish have earned a top 10 finish. Get some leaderboard points out of it. But who's going to be the winner? Depth charge takes out Dan Asker, 4 Slayer, and Nadu 6. We're down to 7. Big Worm with a hook. That takes out I Am JR, down to a half dozen. Twitchy Tides Freeform, NashvilleLou Live. Big Worm, that hook. Eliminates Jeff, and we're down to 5. Cannonball. Taking out Cartman and Chucky. We're down to 3. Mocha Twitcher. Random King. Silent One. The last 3. And up top, it's Debo the Shark. Debo eliminates Silent One. We're down to 2. Mocha Twitcher. Random King. The last 2. Depth charge. Both players hoping to avoid that depth charge. Mocha's going to get underneath it. Should be able to get the bounce out of there with Random King. A little different. I moved perilously close. Here was Mocha Twitcher on the top side. It's down to the wire. And it's Mocha Twitcher getting the win. That depth charge got Random King there. Right at the end. So Mocha Twitcher, congratulations on the victory in this 4th game of the broadcast. All right, so you're talking about top 10 finishes and leaderboard points. Didn't mean to scroll down that far. A little jumpy with the bar there. With the top 10 players getting some leaderboard points and Mocha Twitcher getting the victory. Prizes will be sent out shortly after the conclusion of the broadcast. In addition to that, Mocha gets an entry we've got coming up on Tuesday at 10 p.m. We're giving away 3 Faded Monsuda packs. Live on stream is back to play. We're going to stick with play. I want to test it out, though, to see if changing it would work. If that, which it did, in fact, work. I'll have to adjust the copy-paste. It'll be exclamation point play. We'll go back with that. Do pin it up here. It makes it easier. Just pin it and then leave it. So you can go ahead and get in now with exclamation mark play in chat. I'll be off headset for a few minutes, but live with you in chat. Exclamation mark play. Type that in chat to get in for our next Twitchy Tides game. Twitchy Tides Freeform, Episode 4. NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. All right, back on headset with you here, NashvilleLou Live. We got 24 people in for this next Twitchy Tides game. If you'd like to join the list, just type !play in chat. I'll do that here myself. I'll use the 5th spot in my Twitchy team, which has Rocco. Rocco is a Series 4 rare fish that I pulled from a Twitchy Tides pack earlier in the week. Those Twitchy Tides packs are a lot of fun to open. 10 packs and 25 packs especially. You never know what you'll find inside. So for this next game, let's go through the list of participants. We got Cartman Bra, Coins for Vince, Random King, Zarveen, Jeff 0079, Jess Tony, Boca Twitcher, Billy XBT, Welsh to NFT, Lexi Lex, Four Slayer, Flower, Parrot, Azile, Nadu 6, Terran Lore, Silent One, OG Daddy, Chucky, Liquid Chill, Mortal Wombats, Rising Dragons, Nashja, Tabor JS, Going Tonto, Canvas, and me, NashvilleLou. That's 27 players. So if you get a top 10 finish, you'll be earning leaderboard points for that monthly competition. People have been getting in as many games as they can. Round the clock, people are looking to play Twitchy Tides. They want to get those top 25 finishes for the month, top 75, top 150, whatever is a reasonable goal. Is this going to get tougher, though, as this game gets more and more popular? Well, something to keep in mind. So for the top 10 leaderboard points, for the winner, prize is a Warsaken foil prime card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection to give you a boost in the fun new game Meta Battle, plus an entry into the drawing we'll have Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Tides Tuesday, NashvilleLou Live. It's an all-day event with Tides Tuesday, but my leg of it slated to start at 10 p.m. Eastern, and that's when I plan to do the 3 giveaways. Giving away 3 Faded Monsuda packs. Only way to get in on that drawing, though, is to win here on Freeform. If I finally get a win here, then prize goes to second place. I've not had any luck here as far as winning on Freeform. We've had a wide variety of people. A lot of different people have gotten wins. Maybe it'll be you here. If you're in, we got 27 players, and if I win, prize goes to second place. It starts now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides, NashvilleLou Live. Freeform episode 4. Right away, it's Big Worm of that hook, taking out Mortal Wombats and Jess Tony. Depth Charge. Rising Dragons, Tabor JS, and Billy XBT are out, down to 22. Depth Charge. There goes Terran Lore and Coins for Vince and Flower, down to 19. Debo the Shark. Top side going right to left. Takes out Canvas, takes out Jeff 0079. We're down to 17. It's Debo the Shark. Chomping away, taking out Mocha Twitcher and Zarveen, down to 15. It's Big Worm with the hook. Liquid Chill, Nadu 6. Eliminated, we're down to 13. This is Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. The opponent's apparently regrouping off screen. Cartman Bra makes it rain. Pink Felicia. Going left to right, middle of the screen. Taking out Welsh, taking out Random King. We're down to 11. And it's Debo the Shark. Takes out Going Tonto. We're down to 10. So the remaining fish, no, they got a top 10 finish and some leaderboard points out of this. But who will be the winner? There's the hook. Takes out, it was kind of weird the timing of that. Took out Lexi at the very end there. That bubble command by Parrot with the flow. Another rare Series 4 fish. The new stuff. Series 4. I'm out along with Nashville. That cannonball. Long way across, a long way back. And we're down to a half dozen. Cannonball again. This time it's Cartman, OG Daddy, and Aziel. We're down to 3. Silent One, Parrot, Chucky, the last 3. Big worm with a hook. Right side of the screen by the coral. It's going to take out Silent One, so we're down to 2. Chucky and Parrot, the last 2. And big worm with a hook out of nowhere. Had to process what happened there for a second. Parrot got taken out by the hook. And it's Chucky getting the victory. Congratulations to Chucky. Winner here in game number 5 of the broadcast. That means another entry for Chucky into that drawing we're going to have Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 0300 UTC. So, not the most convenient time for some of you, but there'll be people watching live wanting to see if they win one of those 3 Faded Monsuda packs we give it away. We'll have other surprises and fun as well. For Tides Tuesday. It's an all-day event. But my part of it starts at 10 p.m. Eastern, the way it's slated now. And so that's something to look forward to coming up on Tides Tuesday. I'll go through that top 10 list there. Look at the results later. The particulars there. But you know we got the winner there with Chucky in Game 5. Back open now, Game 6. Exclamation point play in chat. We'll get you in for this next Twitchy Tides game. So Tides Tuesday, it's a weekly thing. This is something that Las Vegas Ape is the one who does it. So it's his decision who gets to be in there and how we do it. I'm thrilled to be part of it. It's a lot of fun. MJ Owns You's a great lead-in. There have been people that play all day long, and they're still ready to go when my show starts. We've had a lot of games, a lot of fun, and we'll have a lot more to come in the coming weeks, of course. So I thought I'd try something different, though, as far as, okay, what can we do with Twitchy Tides? How can I try it in some maybe more unusual ways? Things I just haven't really tried out yet, as far as, like, even the one where I changed the command we had where it was tank. But now I know how that works. It's just for this particular purpose, it's going to work a lot better. I'll have to keep pinning messages over and over to see what the latest keyword is. It's there on screen as well. But we got 14 players in already for this next Twitchy Tides game as we approach 9 a.m. Eastern. Quick reset. This is NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. The game is Twitchy Tides. This is Twitchy Tides Freeform, Episode 4. Probably go another 3 hours with this, I'm thinking. Finish up about the same time I did yesterday. Give me an hour to check fantasy lineups and the like for the NFL games. We've got 15 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. You can join. Let's make that 16. You can get in as well by typing !play in chat. I've had so much fun seeing a lot of different people streaming Twitchy Tides. So many different approaches. You can make this game your own. There are some people that have their camera, get their face on screen there with those reactions. They have a lot of fun with that. People like me, the sports broadcaster, is going to tell you what's going on. The Las Vegas Ape. I don't know what's going on with Ape's stream. I think he got somehow his stream got reset. It was stuck with 3 fish in the tank and that was it. So I don't know if they got that fixed, but I was like, oh, tough one there. But Las Vegas Ape does a great job. And as noted, he's the one that organized and came up with this Tides Tuesday. It's fun being part of that. We had 19 people in for this next game. Make that 20. Now on the other side of 9 a.m. Eastern. 22 players. 23. That's not a put on this whole thing about there being competition, people wanting to play around the clock. There's so many different countries that show up in the listings on Twitch for the viewership. My audience, people around the world. Alright, so I'll get in with exclamation mark play as well. This time I'll use the Neon Leon. Got that for finishing in the top 25 in October. Fun one to use. That flare command going. Alright, so last chance to get in for this next Twitchy Tides game, which will be game number 6 of the broadcast. 24 players right now. Let's go through this lineup. We got Chucky, Jeff 0079, Jess Tony, Welsh Dan FT, Parrot, Taryn Lure, Billy XBT, Lexi Lex, Flower, Liquid Chill, Mocha Twitcher, Boar Slayer, Silent One, RCPADG, SDB123, Coins for Vince, Going Tonto, Hello Carlos CGTV, Cartman Bra, Nashja, me NashvilleLou, the Neon Leon, Lot DS6, Mortal Wombats, Canvas, and Zarveen's in to give us 25. I'll be the only one in there with a Neon Leon fish. So for the top 10, be leaderboard points. And for the winner, a Warsaken foil prime card. Plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection, as Viper Czar gets in to make it 26 players. Plus an entry into that drawing we're going to have Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. We're giving away 3 different Faded Monsuda packs. The only way to get on that drawing is to win here on Twitchy Tides Freeform. Alright, so we have 26 players. Luck finally shines on me here and I win. Prize goes to second place. 26 players, and this game starts now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides. Freeform Episode 4, NashvilleLou Live. Right away, it's Debo. Debo got scared off. He took one look at that, like, whoa. Heading back the other way. I think it was a spook command from Jeff that did the trick. Meanwhile, Welsh, Lexi, and Jeff taken out there by that depth charge. We're down to 23. Big Worm with the Hook, Coins for Vince, and Nashja eliminated. We're down to 21. Cannonball up top, Going Tonto, Carlos CGTV, and Liquid Chill. All eliminated. Down to 18. A lot of those enemies, I've got them capped at 2 kills per crossing, but the Cannonball, it's at 3. I think it comes with some velocity, doesn't it? Mortal Wombats, Cartman, Chucky, all eliminated. Down to 15. Depth charge out of nowhere. That takes out Taryn Lore. We're down to 14. Big Worm with the Hook. It's going to get Lot DS6. It's going to get Parrot. We're down to a dozen. The Flare. These commands are quite powerful. Meanwhile, it's Debo the Shark going right to left. Eliminate Zarveen. And we're down to 11. Depth charge, bottom left corner. Flowers out. So the 10 remaining fish have top 10 finishes lined up. So they're going to have leaderboard points for all of them. Who will be the winner? Big Worm with a Hook. Takes out RCPADG. Takes out Silent One. Down to 8. Here comes Debo the Shark. Debo chomps away at Jess Tony and SDB123. We're down to 6. It's Twitchy Tides, NashvilleLou Live. Big Worm with the Hook. There goes Billy. There goes Mocha Twitcher. Down to 4. Boar Slayer, Canvas, Viper Czar, and me, NashvilleLou. Lou hanging on, says Jeff. There I go, the hook. Big worm takes me out. We're down to 3. Canvas, Vipers are, 4 Slayer. Last 3. Now it's Debo. Debo takes out 4 Slayer. Vipers are that lunge. Sent Debo back the other way. We're down to 2. Canvas and Vipers are the last 2. Viper with a freeze. But here comes Pink Felicia. Pink Felicia takes out Viper. Congratulations. Canvas 83 gets the victory. Here in game number 6 of the broadcast. We've had 6 games, 6 different winners. Not a surprise. Stiff competition. So congratulations to Canvas on the victory. The top 10. Some leaderboard points. And you can see that leaderboard information on twitchytides.io. There's so much more to Twitchy Tides than what I show here on stream typically, because what we have with this works so well. People say more, more, more. We got more. As we open game number 7 here with exclamation point play to get you in for this next Twitchy Tides game. So I'll be off headset for a few minutes. I'll be nearby. I'll be in chat. Maybe we're on the other computer. Knocking some workout over there. I'll get loaded in for this next Twitchy Tides game. And before too long, we'll get this next game going. It's Freeform Episode 4, NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. back on headset with you here. NashvilleLou Live. This is Freeform episode number 4. We've got 24 players in right now for this next Twitchy Tides game. You can get in as well with !play in chat, but you need to be quick about it. We'll get this next game started here fairly soon. I'm going to go with !play. I'll just leave it as is, so it'll default to the one spot where I've got Soul the Catfish. The white with the yellow trim version. I guess it's 25 players. So for the winner, it's a Warsaken Foil Prime card. Item from the NashvilleLou collection to give you a boost in the game Meta Battler. And an entry into the giveaway we're going to have at Drawing Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 0300 UTC, Tides Tuesday. At least the plan is to start my portion of that all-day event off with the drawing for three drawings in total. 3 different Faded Monsuda packs will be given away. The only way to get in for that drawing, though, is to win here on Freeform. Got 27 players, and we've got Anti-Killer, hello, Floor Slayer, Liquid Chill, Canvas, Flower, Carlos CJTB, Chucky, Rising Dragons, Coins for Vince, Nadu6, Jeff 0079, Jess Tony, Nashja, Mortal Wombats, Azal, Billy XBT, Silent One, Parrots, Hussein Muhammad, Bonnie T, Jungle Banano, Walk the Grid, Cartman Bra, Going Tonto, Zarvine, Viper Czar, and me, NashvilleLou, that Soul the Catfish. That gets us to 27. A top 10 finish means you'll get some leaderboard points for that monthly competition. See if you can finish top 25, top 75, top 150. Exclusive offering. If you ever want more details, more information, best place to go for that is the Twitchy Tides Discord channel. Go to twitchytides.io is the website, and that can direct you in the right direction if you're not already there. I know a lot of you are. There's a lot of valuable information, a great community over in that Twitchy Tides Discord. Pop Paragon has a winner here with this game. We got 30 in now. We got Mocha Twitcher, Jamie Penguins, Hydruja. So we got 30 in. If I win, prize goes to second place. Game number 7 of the broadcast starts now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides, NashvilleLou Live. Right away, the hook from Big Worm takes out Zarvine and Jess Tony down to 28. Depth charge, bottom left corner. There goes Cartman down to 27. It's Debo the Shark. Debo takes out Chucky and Nadu6. And we're down to 25. But you see what the difference is there to have a cap on how many fish a given enemy can take out at once. Found this to be a more satisfactory way to do it. Cannonball. It takes out Jamie Penguins, Fonny T, and Viper Czar. We're down to 22. The Big Worm on that leftmost side. That hook takes out Rising Dragons and Mocha Twitcher. We're down to 20. That Soul the Catfish that has the glitter command. See if I can get this to fire while Debo chomps away up top, taking out Mortal Wombats and Going Tonto. There's some glitter out there for everybody. Obstruct your view there for a moment or two. All in the name of celebration. It's Twitchy Tides. Freeform episode 4, and it's Painful Asia. On part of the screen working left to right, taking out Hydruja, taking out Carlos CJTB. We're down to 16. Debo the Shark going right to left this time. Chomps away, takes out Jeff, takes out Parrot, down to 14. Big Warmer the Hook takes out Liquid Chill and Flower. We're down to a dozen. Again, the Hook. Big Worm this time gets Walk the Grid and Silent One. We're down to 10, so the remaining fish have a top 10 finish. Get some leaderboard points out of this, but who's going to be the winner? Depth Charge, there goes Billy XBT, down to 9. Depth Charge, there goes Anti-Killer, down to 8. Pink Felicia, going right to left, takes out Canvas, takes out 4 Slayer. We're down to 6. Big Worm the Hook. You see it there on that Twitchy Tide sign. It's going to take out Hussein Muhammad. We're down to 5. Special thanks to Carl Casey at Whitebad Audio, who makes much of the great background music I use here on NashvilleLou Live. And now it's Debo, going right to left, bottom half of the screen. There goes my Soul the Catfish. We're down to 4. Azile is out as well, so we're down to 3. Jungle Banano, Coins for Vince, Nashja, the last 3. It's Pink Felicia going down Broadway, right to left. There goes Jungle Banana, and we're down to 2. It's Coins for Vince and Nashja, the last 2 remaining. Debo takes out Nashja, so congratulations, Coins for Vince, getting the victory in game number 7 of the broadcast. You're on NashvilleLou Live. So now 7 games, 7 different winners. 7, that is. Several. Not only several, but 7. So 7 games, 7 winners. Coins for Vince gets the victory. Of course, for the top 10 finishers, leaderboard points for that monthly competition. One way to designate this versus those auto run games, those don't count towards the leaderboard. These do. That's why people, they got a chance to play these. They love it. And why not? It's a great game. It's fun to play. It's easy to stream. I don't have to worry about entertaining people. The game itself provides the entertainment. It's interactive. Everybody gets to play. When I got to this point with Warsake and Blitz playing against the field, I'd have 26 people wanting to play, and only one person would be happy. So this works a lot better. Everybody gets to play. And in this case, Coins for Vince gets the win in Twitchy Tides. Now back open for game number 8 with exclamation mark play. I'm going to go into the settings here. You'll still be able to join, no problem on that. We'll switch it over to Green Felicia. This works out pretty well. I wonder though, I'm thinking from a pacing standpoint. Let's see, what if we made it 2 for everything? Depth charge, cannonball. Everything kills 2 max. Max kill 2. Talking about American football, sounds like a defensive scheme. Drop the safeties back. Tease the blitz. We got 7 people in right now for this next Twitchy Tides game. Make that 8. You can join by typing exclamation mark play in chat. Even if you don't have a Wax wallet, if you're brand new and you just stumbled in here like, Lou, what is this? And this is Twitchy Tides. Be specific, Twitchy Tides Freeform, episode 4. I'll be off headset for a few minutes, but nearby, just over on the other computer. Be there in chat. Already got 11 players in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. It's NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. Alright, back on headset with you here. Twitchy Tides Freeform, Episode 4. We approach 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Welcome to NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. This is Twitchy Tides. We got 27 players in already for this next game. I'll join as well. If you want again, you can do so by typing !play in chats. Hit enter. It's an important part of it. Hello, Veerman. Greetings and welcome. Greetings and welcome to everybody. Happy to have all y'all with me here on NashvilleLou Live. I'll go with the Rocco. That Series 4 Rare Fish. One of the new ones. Those new Series 4 packs are available. That's where I got mine, out of a Series 4 pack. Opened earlier in the week. Also got my first Low, another Series 4 rare fish. Let's go through the lineup here and we'll get this next game started. Got Jeff 0079, Nashja, Cartman Bra, Walk the Grid, Billy XBT, Viper Czar, Liquid Chill, Lexi Lex, Welsh NFT, Terran Lore, Silent One, Chucky, Parrot, Flower, Looney Boons, hello, Boca Twitcher, Boar Slayer, Hussein Muhammad, Rising Dragons, Coins for Vince, Mortal Wombats, Lot DS6, Tree Frog Nada, Nadu 6, Viraman, Crypto Gamer, Zarveen, Going Tonto, Canvas 83, and me, NashvilleLou. That's 30. Your Royal Rumble right here. Some ways the same theory. You start with 30, there can be only one winner. The Sorrow NLV, the Grail Whale, does a late run in. That's a powerful fish right there. So 31. Top 10 finishers get leaderboard points for the monthly competition. Winner gets a Warsake and Foil Prime card and an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Give you a boost to the game Meta Battler. Plus an entry into that drawing we're going to have Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Tides Tuesday, giving away 3 Faded Monsuda packs of those drawings here live on NashvilleLou Live. All right, so 31 players. If I win, prize goes to second place. Game number 8 of the broadcast starts now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides. NashvilleLou Live. Right away, Cannonball takes out Silent One and Chucky. I modified it a bit so it's at most 2 kills for anything. That includes the Cannonball and the depth charge. From a pacing standpoint, that's kind of the idea with Freeform. Okay. Kind of tinkering can I do and see, does it make for a better or a worse experience, and adjust accordingly. I think Twitchy Tides is so new. I think we've really only scratched the surface. Look at all these different fish in the mix here. You got, I'm guessing this Cartman Bra making it rain with that Lambo. A whole bunch, wide variety of fish in the mix. Now, we will have enemies that'll show back up. Alluding to that false idea of security, that sense of security. Of course, the enemies are capped at 2 kills each per crossing, so the max hit there by Debo the Shark taking out Terran Lore and Going Tonto down to 27. And it's Green Felicia cutting through, eliminating Zarveen and Four Slayer. Cesaro with that Grail Whale making it rain. Those Grail Whales are hard to come by. They've got a lot of options, and rightly so. Debo takes out Welsh and Looney Boons. We're down to 23. Now it's Green Felicia. That bubble effect there from Parrot, I think, sent Felicia back in the other direction. Green Felicia, she's just winding back up. Takes out Tree Frog Nada, takes out Mocha Twitcher, and we're down to 21. I have so much fun here with Twitchy Tides. We're on NashvilleLou Live. It's fun to play, it's fun to stream it. And it's a bit of a party time right there. Debo the Shark has to leave for a minute. Disco ball and everything. I'm very weary of the copyright monsters, so. Making it rain, and there's making it rain with gold like we had there. Meanwhile, Debo takes out Cesaro and Liquid Chill. We're down to 19. Cannonball takes out Mortal Wombats and Lot DS6, but you notice that cap of 2 kills. So no further damage. So Debo got stopped in his tracks there. Hussein Muhammad got eliminated as Debo nicked him just enough, or getting sent back the other direction. Whatever the case, we're down to 16. And now it's Big Worm with a hook. Taking out Nashville, taking out Canvas. Down to 14. No fear hiding behind my logo. One of those, the Oga Beaver, like the one above where I have, they can actually build a dam in that bottom left corner. I have to watch where my logo is. Meanwhile, Debo the Shark is indifferent with the logo, chomping away at Rising Dragons and Parrot. We're down to a dozen. It's NashvilleLou Live, Twitchy Tides, Freeform, Episode 4. And it's Big Worm with a hook. Taking out Veerman and Flower. We're down to 10. So there'll be some leaderboard points for all remaining fish. But who's going to be the winner? Green Felicia going down Broadway left to right down the middle. Taking out Crypto Gamer, taking out Lexi Lex. And we're down to 8. Cannonball. Nadu 6 and Coins for Vince. Eliminated. We're down to 6. Green Felicia takes out My Fish. Takes out Jeff 0079. We're down to 4. Billy XBT. Viper Czar. Walk the Grid. And Cartman Bra. Doing a spin move as I try to read the name. Big Worm with a hook. It's kind of hiding down there in that coral in the bottom right corner. Cartman's like, I'm out of here. We'll make it rain. But all jokes aside, look out for the worm. There goes Cartman. We're down to 3. It's Viper Czar, Billy XBT, Walk the Grid, the last 3. Green Felicia. A photo finish there. Everybody ended up in the red, but Walk the Grid. You see the trophy there. The judges have decided. That was bang bang there at the end. Green Felicia. Viper Czar and Billy XBT. And by the closest of margins, it's Walk the Grid getting the victory in game number 8 of the broadcast. And of course, not just the top 3, but the top 10 get leaderboard points out of it. More leaderboard points for the people that finished higher, of course, but at least for the top 10 and up. Something earned here. We're back open for the next game of Twitchy Tides. Game number 9. Exclamation point play. Type that in chat. Walk the Grid is in. I'll be off headset here for a few minutes, but I'll be just over on the other computer, nearby in chat. Let people get back in here, get loaded up for this next game of Twitchy Tides with exclamation mark play. It's Twitchy Tides Freeform, Episode 4, NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. right, back on headset with you here on NashvilleLou Live. This is Twitchy Tide's Freeform, Episode 4. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. This is so much fun. Bring this overlay down. We got 24 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. If you'd like to join the list, be snappy about it. You can do so now with !play in chat. I'll do this as well, and I'll use the Vape Ape, Las Vegas Ape. That gets us to 25. The winner of this game, it'll be a Warsake Foil Prime card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection to give you a boost in the new game Meta Battler, plus an entry into the drawing we're going to have Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, giving away 3 Faded Monsuda packs. But drawing live on stream to open up my part of it. It's an all-day event with Tides Tuesday. My portion of it gets started at 10 p.m. Eastern, 0300 UTC. Don't have to be present to win. I know that some of you will be asleep while that broadcast is going on. But if you can be here, I encourage you to do so, because maybe you'll see yourself win a big prize. Wouldn't that be fun? We got 26 people. Let's do the rundown and get to it, shall we? We got Silent One, Jeff 0079, Billy XBT, Walk the Grid, OG Daddy, Cartman Bra, Flower, Veerman, Canvas, Four Slayer, Coins for Vince, Rising Dragons, Liquid Chill, Viper Czar, Welsh to NFT, Mocha Twitcher, Random King, Parrot, RCP ADG, SDME 123, Going Tonto, Tree Frog Nada, Chucky, Nadu 6, Hussein Muhammad, Notorious Ninja, Zarveen, and me, NashvilleLou with the Vape Ape. That gets us to 28. Top 10 finishers. You'll be earning leaderboard points for that monthly competition. The better that you finish, the more of those points you get. Chance to possibly finish top 25, top 75, even top 150. Earn a nice prize. If you want more details about that, twitchytides.io, the website. Got a link to their Discord. Some good people in there. Good information as well. Terran Lore's in to give us 29 players. If I win, prize goes to second place. Game number 9 of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. This is Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live, and right away, Depth Charge. Got neutralized, I thought there for a moment, but then it went off. I'm out, so is Random King. So early on, we're down to 27. Pink Felicia. She'll change back to pink every game if you don't specify it. Although I guess she got scared off. A lot of these fish have some powerful defensive maneuvers that can be pulled to combat the enemy. Problem is, the enemy eventually comes back. Pink Felicia cuts through, taking out OG Daddy and Silent One, down to 25. Depth Charge. That eliminates Cartman Bra, Walk the Grid. It's that chain reaction effect. Although I've got it capped at 2 kills for everything in here, including the depth charges. Right there. Tree Frog Nod and Canvas taken out. Testing some things with this freeform format, or lack thereof. Kind of the idea with this. We're down to 21. From a pacing standpoint, trying to figure out what's going to be the best, make for the most compelling broadcast. And there's also going to be a difference between, like, if you have 10 or 12 people in a game versus if you have 40, and how that's going to play. But you can make this game your own. Meanwhile, it's Debo the Shark taking out Four Slayer and Veerman. Welsh got taken out at some point before that, along with Zarveen. It's tough to keep track with some of these. Down to 17. And it's Debo the Shark. Debo We got shocked, frozen. Something happened to him. He got bounced. Cannonball. There goes Billy XBT. There goes Nadu 6. Down to 15. Depth charge. There goes Coins for Vince, along with Liquid Chill. We're down to 13. Cannonball. Cannonball takes out Flower and Hussein, and we're down to 11. It's Pink Felicia up top, going left to right. Taking out Going Tonto, so we're down to 10. Chucky's eliminated. At least Chucky gets small leaderboard boost there with that top 10 finish. Same for the remaining 9. Top 10 finish. Down to 8 with that depth charge eliminating SDB 1, 2, 3. Monthly competition. Leaderboard over at twitchytides.io. And it's Debo the Shark going top row right to left. And it looks like Debo's going to miss everybody. No, let's get turned back around. Still potentially dangerous. And now off the screen. Cannonball. That takes out RCP ADG, takes out Rising Dragons. We're down to 6. That's Pink Felicia. Pink Felicia takes out Parrot. We're down to 5. Felicia heading back the other direction, still dangerous. Taking out Notorious Ninja. We're down to 4. Viper Czar, Jeff 0079, Mocha Twitcher, Terran Lore, the final 4. And it's Pink Felicia. Going left to right. Terran Lore picked a good time to freeze. Felicia takes out Mocha Twitcher, takes out Viper Czar. We're down to 2. It's Jeff 0079 and Terran Lore. Terran Lore's building the dam there in the corner. I referenced that earlier. Move that logo out of the way. The Beaver built the dam there in that bottom left corner. But only get a limited time with that. The battle continues. My logo back up. NashvilleLou live, Twitchy Tides Freeform, Final 2. And game number 9 of the broadcast. Spin move by Terran Lore. That Beaver. Meanwhile, that Jack-o'-lantern there. The spinning Jack-o'-lantern. Oh, a tough time to cut right there for Jeff. Gets taken out by that depth charge. Congratulations, Terran Lore. Using that Oga Beaver worked out quite well for you there. Getting the victory here. Game number 9 of the broadcast. So that's 9 games and 9 different winners here on Freeform episode number 4. And of course, for the top 10 finishers, you're getting some leaderboard points for that monthly competition. And Chucky on up. It's Terran Lore victorious. Game number 9 of the broadcast. Back open now for game number 10. Exclamation mark play in chat. I figured out earlier. I'm going to switch it into... You go ahead and get in now. I'm going to go ahead and switch out Felicia. Request it specifically every time. Green Felicia. I've got the max kills on the opponents, all even for the cannonball and for the depth charge. Got that set at 2. I don't want to do anything that hurts the flow or hurts the pacing of the broadcast, but I think some of these changes have improved things compared to having the unlimited kills. It was almost too fast to process. Now, it might feel differently if we have 75 people playing in a game, but at least be able to kind of test out in this range here what we have, which has been a lot of fun. All right, so we got 9 people in already for this next Twitchy Tides game. I'll be off headset for a few minutes, and we'll be back with this next Twitchy Tides game. Almost 2 hours in. Time flies when I stream this. Plan on going another 2. Taking this to 11 a.m. Eastern. Give myself an hour between that and the start of the NFL games for the day. Got to plan these things out, you see. So 14 players in this next Twitchy Tides game here on NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. right, back on headset with you here. So we hit 10 a.m. Eastern. Welcome to NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. This is Twitchy Tides Freeform episode number 4. Well, I'm going another 2 hours with this. Glad to have you here with me. Let's take the overlay down. Got 25 people in now. I'll get in as well with exclamation mark play. This time we'll go with the 4 spot, which today for me is Neon Leon. Mentioned the monthly competition. And Neon Leon I got for finishing top 25 in October. It's going to become more and more difficult because there are people that are wanting to play at all times, which is a great thing. It's a wonderful game that's fun to play. It's fun to stream. It's easy to play. Anybody can do it. Even if you've never played before, you don't have a wax wallet, you can play for fun. They'll give you a fish to play just for fun with exclamation play. But most of the people here, you know why you're here. You want those top 10 finishes, those leaderboard points. For the winner, it's a Warsaken Foil Prime card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection, plus an entry into that drawing we're going to have Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern on Twitchy Tides Tuesday. When my leg of it starts, we'll be give away 3 Faded Monsuda packs, and the only way to get in on that drawing is to win here on Freeform. I anticipate doing another Freeform show tomorrow, and they'll probably get between now and Tides Tuesday. All right, so we've got 27 players, and let's go through the list of participants, and then we'll get to it. We got Rising Dragons, Walk the Grid, Notorious Ninja, Flower, Liquid Chill, Zarvine, Chucky, Random King, Jeff 0079, Boar Slayer, Viper Czar, Parrot, Nadu6, Welsh the NFT, Lexilex, Boca Twitcher, Ginteri, Coins for Vince, Canvas, Silent One, Drumar, Nashja, Billy XBT, Mortal Wombats, DeBoer JS, Going Tonto, me, NashvilleLou, and Jamie Penguins with that Consumer Break Turtle. We've got 28 players for this game. Top 10 finishers get leaderboard points. If I happen to win, prize goes to second place. 28 players, and this game number 10 of the broadcast. Twitchy Tides begins now. Good luck. It's NashvilleLou Live, Freeform episode 4, Twitchy Tides. We start with 28. I've got it capped at 2 kills per crossing for all the opponents, and that includes the depth charge and the cannonball. Testing that out today. No blast at all there for the cannonball. Not sure which command it was. Question from Chucky, how many of the Tides Tuesday slots are filled? Well, it's 3 in total lined up. To be determined. I want to under-promise, over-deliver. There's a lot of people in the mix. We've had so many games, so much fun with this. It's green Felice. Remember, we made the switch during the last break. Switched from pink to green. Taking out Drumar and Parrot. Out along with Billy and Coins for Vince down to 24. Make that 23. Green Felicia takes out Nadu6. Green Felicia eliminates Silent One and Going Tonto. We started with 28, we're down to 21. And we're competitors for the packs. I'll have to add it up. It's quite a few. Now it's Debo the Shark. Going right to left. Taking out Mocha Twitcher. Viper Czar's out. We're down to 19. Depth charge. There goes Walk the Grid and Welsh. We're down to 17. Big Worm with a hook. If that got blocked by somebody. Big Worm got sent packing. Cannonball. Zipping through, taking out Nashville along with Flower. Down to 15. And a depth charge takes out DeBoer JS and Lexi Lex, and we're down to 13. Depth charge. There goes Jamie Penguins and Zarveen, and we're down to 11. Cannonball. Mortal Wombats and Random King are out. We're down to 9. So all the remaining players know they got a top 10 finish. We get at least some leaderboard points. But who will be the winner? Cannonball. It's Rising Dragons, but nobody else. We're down to 8. It's Debo the Shark. Debo takes out 4 Slayer. Liquid Chill managed to get past. No further damage done, but we're down to 7. Yay, 10th, says Random King. Leaderboard points could be important. Genteri eliminated by Debo the Shark. And we're down to 6. Depth charge. There goes Liquid Chill. There goes Notorious Ninja. We're down to 4. Jeff 0079, Canvas, Chucky, and me, NashvilleLou. Depth charge. There goes Chucky. We're down to 3. Depth charge. Canvas is out, I'm out, and it's Jeff 0079 getting the victory here in game number 10. All right, congratulations, Jeff. So that's 10 games we've had here thus far on this episode of Twitchy Tides Freeform. And we've had 10 different winners. And of course, for the top 10 leaderboard points. For Random King on up. And up in the second place finish, Jeff gets the win. The 10th game of this broadcast. All right, back open for the next game of Twitchy Tide with exclamation point play in chat. I'll be off headset for a few minutes. I'll be over on the other computer close by in chat. Before too long, we'll get this next Twitchy Tides game started. We got 8 people in already. 10, 11. The fans demand more. We'll bring more here. NashvilleLou Live, Twitchy Tides Freeform. Stay tuned. right, back on headset with you here on Twitchy Tides Freeform, Episode 4, NashvilleLou Live. We got 26 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. If you want to get in, you can do so with !play in chat. I'm going to do right here. This time I'll use the Oga Beaver. That gets us to 27 players. This next game, the top 10 finishers earn leaderboard points for that monthly competition. Going for wins, going for top 10 finishes, going for points. Chance to earn all sorts of fun things, exclusive things. TwitchyTides.io has more information on that. Special thanks to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio, who makes much of the great background music we use here on NashvilleLou Live. We got 28 players in. Let's go through this lineup and get this next game going here shortly. We got 28 players, and we got Ashik Shan, Chucky, Walk the Grid, Viper Czar, Canvas, Mocha Twitcher, Jeff 0079, Flower, Horror Slayer, Billy XBT, Liquid Chill, Going Tonto, Hussein Muhammad, Terran Lord, Rising Dragons, Mortal Wombats, Notorious Ninja, Nadu6, Drumar, Parrot, Zarveen, Silent One, Dave Ira, hello, Random King, Coins for Vince, me, NashvilleLou, Welsh to NFT, Tree Frog Nada, Lex, Veraman. That's 30 players we've got in here. Winner gets a Warsaken Foil Prime card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection, plus an entry to the drawing we're going to have Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Starting things off with Tides Tuesday. Question was asked in the last segment, how many we've got in here right now? Trying to close in on 90, I think. So maybe some other surprises in the mix as well. Again, I want to under-promise and over-deliver. Make sure I say that the right way as well. Don't botch that line. All right, we got 30 players in for Twitchy Tides. I still haven't won here on Freeform, which is quite the rib. But it actually works out great because I don't ever get confused on sending out stuff. Say, okay, you are the winner for this one. I have to put prize winner. Anyway, it's good to have a bunch of different winners. We had 10 games, 10 different winners. Game number 11. This 11th game of the broadcast starts now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. My neighbor next door, they're putting in a deck. Their backyard, a lot of hammer here, a skill saw. I'm like, what is going on? They get distracted at times. Hopefully they'll have some good luck with that. Not so good luck early on. Canvas, Terran Lore, Flower, and Going Tonto all out. Down to 26. Depth Charge takes out Random King and Welsh. We're down to 23. Playing with the settings, changing some things, testing some things out here with Freeform. Depth Charge takes out Walk the Grid and Dave Ira. We're down to 21. But it limits the kills to 2 for any given opponent on a pass-through. See from a pacing standpoint how that's going to work. We got Nadu taken out along with Liquid Chill by Pink Felicia down to 19. Upper left, Mocha Twitcher taken out by Debo the Shark before Debo got sent back in the other direction. Down to 18. Let's see if I can use the cheat command. Is that cannonball coming through? Got paused. It's still dangerous though. Well, it passes. Exit stage left. Let's see. Let me use this cheat command of the hatchet that my Oga Beaver's going to throw. At least in theory it will. Oh, it did. It's upper right corner. And another one on standby. Sometimes you get a big knockout with that, and sometimes it just sits there. Big Worm with a hook takes out Jeff, takes out Drumar, down to 14. Depth Charge. There goes Rising Dragons and Lex. We're down to 12. Big worm of the hook. I'm out along with Veerman. Down to the final 10. So we got 10 fish in here. I'll be getting leaderboard points. Who's going to be the winner? Pink Felicia takes out Hussein, takes out Tree Frog Nada, and we're down to 8. Pink Felicia eliminates Billy XBT. Caught Notorious Ninja there. So we're down to a half dozen. Started with 30, down to 6. It's Twitchy Tides, NashvilleLou Live. Freeform Episode 4. Cannonball takes out a Sheik Shan along with Coins for Vince. We're down to 4. Chucky, Parrot, Floor Slayer, Silent One, the last 4. And look out for Pink Felicia up top, going right to left. Felicia ends up not taking out anybody. So for the moment, the 4 fish still in the mix, including those 2 Extra Life fundraiser video game controller fish. And it's Pink Felicia again going right to left, upper mid. There goes Floor Slayer. We're down to 3. So hiding behind my logo. Silent One, Parrot, and Chucky, the last 3. Depth charge. You see it there, that ominous blinking red. Parrot got past. It must have had some sort of effect used on it. But it's still dangerous. That effect can go away eventually. And boom. That takes out Silent One. We're down to 2. Parrot and Chucky, the final 2. A freeze there by Parrot. Chucky hits the hook, and that's going to do it. Congratulations, Parrot 314. Winner of game number 1, and now the winner of game number 11 here on Freeform Episode 4. Congratulations to Parrot. Remember that prizes will be sent out shortly after the conclusion of the broadcast, and those will come from my fulfillment wallet. So the top 10 finishers from Hussein on up get a boost on that fierce battle for that monthly leaderboard. It's just going to get more and more intense, more and more fierce. People want those exclusives on the bragging rights. And it's Parrot getting the victory here. And that includes an entry into that drawing we're going to have Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, slated start time. That's 0300 UTC. You don't have to be present to win, but maybe if I were in the running and had a chance to watch live, I'd be certainly inclined to do so. All right, we're back open for game number 12 now with exclamation point play in chat. I'll switch Felicia. Normally, I prefer, I think, green over blue. We haven't seen blue yet this episode, so heads up for blue Felicia. We've got 7 players in already for this next Twitchy Tides game. I'll be off headset for a few minutes, but nearby on the other computer, right here in chat. And then before too long, we'll get this next Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast going. Plan on taking this to noon Eastern. There's a little buffer time before the start of the NFL games, the early games of the day. Plenty of games here with Twitchy Tides played. Plenty more still to come. We got 16 players in, my goodness. NashvilleLou Live, Twitchy Tides Freeform 17. Stay tuned. All right, back on headset with you here on NashvilleLou Live. This is Twitchy Tides, Freeform, Episode 4. We got 29 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Almost got out of order with how I do things. Nearly skipped past this part while I hit exclamation point play. I'll get in this time with the Soul the Catfish. That'll give us 30. Last chance if you want to get in, you're not yet. We're now to 31. You can get in as well with exclamation point play. Let's run through the list of participants. We'll get this next game started. We've got a Sheikh Shan, Rising Dragons, Flower, Notorious Ninja, Hussein Muhammad, Billy XBT, Boca Twitcher, Jeff 0079, Canvas, Liquid Chill, SDME123, Parrots, Nadu 6, Lexi Lex, Pyramid, Zarvine, Terran Lore, Walk the Grid, Chucky, Random King, Drumar, Coins for Vince, Pig Iron, hello, Floor Slayer, Silent One, Viper Czar, Autumn's Toys, Welsh to NFT, Mortal Wombats, me, NashvilleLou, and Going Tonto, 31 players. The top 10 finishers, they'll get a boost. You'll get points for that monthly leaderboard battle in Twitchy Tides. And for the winner, prize is a Warsaken Foil Prime card, an item from the NashvilleLou collection that'll give you a boost in the fun new game Meta Battler, and an entry into the drawing we're going to have Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 0300 UTC. Tides Tuesday, my portion of it here on NashvilleLou Live. Planning to open things up with the show and do that drawing. A lot of people in the mix. We're giving away 3 Faded Monsuda packs. Given to me personally by Sensei Bullrog to give away. So we'll have that to open the show and other fun surprises, and who knows what else we'll have coming up with Tides Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 0300 UTC, NashvilleLou Live. We've got 31 players, though, right here, right now. If I happen to win, prize goes to second place. Game number 12 of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. We've got the enemies capped at 2 kills per crossing, so we'll see how that affects things. Right, it's Blue Felicia. Remember, I switched from pink to blue, but Autumn's Toys, unimpressed. That super shock, or that super spin, I should say, with a shock and a pop there to take out Blue Felicia, at least for the moment. Felicia gets her revenge, cutting back across left to right, eliminating Drumar and Walk the Grid. So we're down to 29. Cannonball takes out Rising Dragons and Hussein, and we're down to 27. See if I can use the glitter command here with my Soul the Catfish. There. Press some holiday cheer with glitter. There was another cannonball there. Autumn's Toys is out. 4 Slayers out. We're down to 25. Well, look out for Debo, but apparently Debo got turned away very quickly. No, there's Debo. Biding his time. Taking out Coins for Vince and Pig Iron 76. We're down to 23. Cannonball. That eliminates Billy XBT and SDB123. We're down to 21. Make that 19. Depth Charge. That gets Jeff 0079 and Random King. We're down to 19. It's Tides. Freeform Episode 4. Here with Twitchy Tides, and that's Blue Felicia taking out Parrot and Flower. And we're down to 17. All sorts of commands being used. Big Worm with a hook, and I'm out. Down to 16. Blue Felicia gets Mocha Twitcher and Chucky, and we're down to 14. Depth charge. Shake Shan and Taryn Lore out. Down to 11. Make that 10. Welsh hits the depth charge. So the remaining fish all earned a top 10 finish, and so leaderboard points for all. Who will be the winner? It's that depth charge, upper right. Nice play there with the flare command. Canvas with that Neon Leon. Depth charge then goes ahead to take out Viper Czar. We're down to 9. Cannonball, bottom row. That gets Nado 6 and Liquid Chill. They're out. We're down to 7. Cannonball takes out Silent One, and we're down to 6. This is Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. And it's Debo the Shark going left to right. Goes Mortal Wombats. That's it for the moment as Autumn's Toys. Or check, that was Going Tonto with that super spin. Autumn's Toys already eliminated. Meanwhile, Blue Felicia takes out Zarveen. We're down to 4. Going Tonto, Canvas, Lexi Lex, and Veerman, the final 4. Big Worm of the Hook gets Veerman. We're down to 3. Going Tonto, Canvas 83, Lexi Lex, the final 3. Debo the Shark. Can Lexi get high enough to get around? Indeed. Well-timed spin move by Canvas to avoid the teeth there of Debo the Shark. Started with 31, down to 3. Going Tonto, Canvas, Lexi Lex. As a Cannonball. A Cannonball takes out Lexi. We're down to 2. Canvas and Going Tonto. Unusual swimming patterns there. Both trying to avoid Debo. And it looks like they both will here. Canvas went high. Going Tonto stayed low. Debo went in between. It's Twitchy Tides Freeform, Episode 4. Down to the last 2 in this game. Depth charge. Canvas with that spin move. Can't quite get past it on the bounce. That's going to do it. Congratulations. Going Tonto gets the victory here in Game 12 of the broadcast. So thus far, we've had 12 games and 11 different winners in 12 games. So congratulations, Going Tonto. On the prizes for today, you've got an entry we added to the drawing we'll have Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, giving away 3 Faded Monsuda packs here live on stream. You don't have to be present to win. You'll have already earned your spot here winning on Freeform live on stream. Of course, in this last game, the top 10 finishers get those leaderboard points. So for Viper Czar on up, Going Tonto with a victory. Back open for the next game, game number 13 of the broadcast. Exclamation point play. We'll get you in for our next game. I'll be off headset for a few minutes over on the other computer. Close by and chat. For too long, we'll have this next Twitchy Tides game. Having so much fun with this. Freeform episode number 4, NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. All right, back on headset with you here. NashvilleLou Live. It's Twitchy Tides Freeform, episode number 4. Got 24 players in for this next game. Twitchy Tides. Bring the overlay down, type in !play. This time I'll use the Vape Ape from Las Vegas Ape. That gets us to 26. Let's run down the roster of competitors here. Then get this next game of Twitchy Tides going here on NashvilleLou Live. We got Pig Iron 76, Going Tonto, Boca Twitcher, Ashik Shan, Terran Lore, Flower, Silent One, Notorious Ninja, Viper Czar, Lexi Lex, Autumn's Toys, Rising Dragons, Random King, Boar Slayer, Chucky, Liquid Chill, Canvas, Mortal Wombats, Parrots, Tree Frog Nada, Walk the Grid, Loire, Zarveen, Coins for Vince, Zeroba, hello, me, NashvilleLou with the Vape Ape, and Billy XBT. That's 27 players. Remember, the top 10 finishers earn leaderboard points for that monthly competition in Twitchy Tides, and for the winner, prize is a Warsaken Foil Prime card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. It'll give you a boost in the fun new game Meta Battler, plus an entry into that drawing we're going to have Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. And my portion of Tides Tuesday gets going here on NashvilleLou Live. We're giving away 3 Faded Monsuda packs. The only way to get in that drawing is to win here on Twitchy Tides Freeform. I've been in every game thus far, not a single win. So it doesn't necessarily come easy, but we've had a lot of different winners. This is game number 13 of the broadcast, and it's going to be, at this point, we've got 11 different winners in 12 games. So not too shabby there as far as that goes, but opportunities for some multiple time winners here, depending on what happens. We got 27 players. If I happen to win, finally, then the prize goes to second place. So 27 players, and it starts now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides, Freeform Episode 4, NashvilleLou Live. Got a warning about Debo the Shark, who no-showed, and then Big Worm with a hook strikes, Pig Iron and Liquid Chill eliminated. We're down to 25. I have the enemies capped at 2 kills per pass-through maximum. Testing some things out from a pacing standpoint. So Zeroba and Zarveen out. We're down to 23. Let's see if I use the banana commander if I waited too long. Debo the Shark working bottom row, but sent back the other direction. There's a banana. Throw it down there by a logo. That banana's actually going to, damage is already done. It's heading towards that depth charge. The depth charge takes out a Sheik Shan and 4 Slayers. We're down to 21. And it's Debo the Shark, working right to left. Tree Frog Nada's out, so is Random King. Damage done, and Debo sitting back in the other direction, at least for the short term. Down to 19. It's Twitchy Tides Freeform, Episode 4, NashvilleLou Live, and it's Debo up top, taking out Lexi Lex and Mortal Wombats, and we're down to 17. Wonder if it's too soon to use the banana again. Do it. And that banana, well, Parrot taken out, so was I. The banana did strike Felicia there, but after the damage was done. Meanwhile, it looked like Terran Lore was going to set up a dam there in that left bottom corner, but Debo had other plans. Also taking out Chucky. More than half the field is out. We're down to 13. It's Twitchy Tides, NashvilleLou Live. Cannonball, Notorious Ninja, and Coins for Vince, both eliminated. We're down to 11. Big Worm with a hook. We're down to 10, so the remaining fish all earned leaderboard points for a top 10 finish. Meanwhile, that depth charge takes out Flower, and we're down to 9. Cannonball on bottom row. That eliminates Silent One. We're down to 8. Pink Felicia, Boca Twitcher, and Going Tonto both eliminated. We're down to 6. Debo the Shark going left to right. Below that midpoint line. Bubble Command seemed to work out well there for Rising Dragons. With that flow fish sent Debo back the other way. Debo this time going left to right up top. Canvas gets chomped, and we're down to 5. Lower that hide command, literally turtling up with that consumer break turtle. And then running right into that depth charge. Tough one there, down to 4. Rising Dragons, Autumn's Toys, Billy XBT, and Viper Czar. Cannonball takes out Billy, takes out Rising Dragons. We're down to 2. It's Autumn's Toys and Viper Czar, the last 2. Cannonball. It was just above Autumn's Toys, misses both fish. The battle continues. Autumn's Toys, Viper Czar, the last 2 in this Twitchy Tides game. Here on NashvilleLou Live. Autumn's Toys with a spin move. Here comes Debo. Debo going right to left. That takes out Viper Czar. That's going to do it. Congratulations. Autumn's Toys gets the win. Here in the 13th game of the broadcast. So that's now 12 different winners in 13 games. Spread the wealth. So congratulations on the victory to Autumn's Toys. And of course, for everyone in the top 10, get those leaderboard points. The better you finish, the more you get, of course. But and there's that extra motivation to get people to play, which I love as a streamer. I know people are here to get those leaderboard points if they can. Those top 10 finishes. So from Flower on up, all the way to number 1 with Autumn's Toys getting the win. Back open for the next game. Game number 14 of the broadcast. Exclamation point play. We'll get you in. Nearly 3 hours in. Plan going one more with you. Taking this up to noon Eastern. I got to get ready for the NFL games. Do some of my work with that. We've got 7 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. I'll be off headset for a few minutes, but close by in chat. Soon we'll have this next Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. Freeform Episode 4, NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. All right, back on headset with you here. NashvilleLou Live, Twitchy Tides, Freeform, Episode 4. We pass 11 a.m. Eastern. Quick reset. NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. Got 29 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. You can join as well with !play in chat, but if you want to do that, be snappy. I'll get in this time. I'll use the Oga Beaver. That'll get us to 30. Let's go through the list of participants here in a moment, then we'll get to the game. Top 10 finishers get leaderboard points, that monthly competition in Twitchy Tides. People want those top 25, top 75, even top 150 spots. It's going to get tougher and tougher to get those top spots. That's the appeal. It's great for people like me that love to stream this game, knowing that people are wanting to play, they're wanting a chance to win. Let's talk about who's in the mix here. Got Terran Lore, Ivanov 007, Jeff 079, Boca Twitcher, Hussein Muhammad, Rising Dragons, Zarveen, Four Slayer, Coins for Vince, Spearman, Walk the Grid, Flower, Random King, Canvas, Notorious Ninja, Lot DS6, Tree Frog Nada, Billy XBT, Ashik Shan, Zaroba, Loire, Parrots, Liquid Chill, Chucky, Viper Czar, Jericho, SDB123, Autumn's Toys, me, NashvilleLou, and Silent One. So 30 players. Winner gets a Warsaken foil prime card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection, plus an entry into the drawing we're going to have Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, Tides Tuesday. We're giving away 3 Faded Monsuda packs, and the only way to get in that drawing is to win here on Freeform, which, improbably enough, I have 0 wins thus far. So if I've just been playing every time, that's still not necessarily find myself in the mix as far as that Tuesday night drawing goes. We have had a lot of winners, though, so we should have a lot of fun, a lot of surprises, perhaps. Under promise, over deliver. That's what I'm hoping for. Should have a good time Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. A good time right now. We got 30 players ready to go. If I win, prize goes to second place. 31, Lexi Lex, in just before the start. And here we go. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Four Slayer, Notorious Ninja are out. Early cannonball strike. I've got the enemy attacks capped at 2 kills per crossing. Testing things out from a pacing standpoint to see how I like this when I watch it back later. Cannonball takes out 2 more players down to 27. It's Pink Felicia up top, taking out Zarveen and Lot DS6. So we're down to 25. A wide variety of fish. Love the artwork in this game. There's Big Worm with a hook. Takes out Hussein, takes out Walk the Grid, and we're down to 23. It's wild to think that we're more than 3 hours in. I mean, aside from my voice, I can feel it. Chucky and Ashik Shan both taken out there by Debo. But aside from that, time just flies by for me streaming this game. Autumn's Toys with that super spin. Debo is on the way out, still got popped anyway. Make him think about it before he crosses through next time. Meanwhile, there's the cannonball going down Broadway right to left. Takes out Lexi Lex and Zaroba. You notice the difference it makes with a maximum of 2 players gone in a given strike as opposed to more. Meanwhile, Depth Charge takes out Random King and Liquid Chill. We're down to 17. It's Twitchy Tides, NashvilleLou Live, Cannonball. Flower and Silent One both eliminated. See if I can use the cheat command here with this Oga Beaver. I can throw that hatchet. I think that's what that is called. Well, Autumn's Toys, Viper Czar are out. We're down to 13. That axe from the Beaver, which actually went toward that depth charge. Too little too late, though. The depth charge is already gone. It took out SDB 123. So we're down to a dozen. And up top, Debo the Shark chomps away at coins for Vince, Tree Frog Nada. We're down to 10. So the final 10 in here, getting some leaderboard points for a top 10 finish. Who's going to be the winner? Big Worm with a hook that takes out Jericho. Down to 9. Pink Felicia, one left to right down the middle. It's the kapow there. That boost from Canvas, but not before Parrot and Ivanov 007 were eliminated. We're down to 7. Pink Felicia taking out Canvas and Loire, and we're down to 5. Depth charge that takes out Veerman. We're down to 4. Rising Dragons, Mocha Twisher, Terran Lore, and NashvilleLou. Me. Cannonball, there I go. Goofed on out of there. We're down to 3. Terran Lore, Rising Dragons, Mocha Twitcher, the last 3. It's Twitchy Tides, Freeform Episode 4. And it's Debo the Shark, going left to right, near ground level. Taking out Terran Lore, taking out Mocha Twitcher. That's going to do it. Congratulations, Rising Dragons gets the victory. Game number 14 of the broadcast. So now, 13 winners in 14 games. A whole bunch of different people getting victories, getting wins, along with all those top 10 finishes. Jericho on up. It's top 10 finishes. You might get some leaderboard points out of it, but it's Rising Dragons getting the victory. Game number 14. Let's keep it going. Exclamation mark play. Now open for game number 15 of the broadcast. I'll be off headset for a few minutes over on the other computer, but nearby in chat. Everybody a chance to get into this next game of Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live Freeform Episode 4. Plan going to top of the hour with this, thereabouts. Again, time just flies by with this. This is so much fun. So 6 and counting. Go ahead and get in now with exclamation point play in chat. Twitchy Tides, NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. All right, back on headset with you here. NashvilleLou Live, Twitchy Tides, Freeform. Got 24 players in right now. And the overlay down, I'll join with on my own here as well, with exclamation point play. And we'll use Rocco. Series 4 Rare Fish. So last chance to get in for this next game with exclamation point play in chat. Go through the list of participants here. We got Billy XBT, Notorious Ninja, Chucky, Terran Lore, Canvas, Tree Frog Nada, Flower, Autumn's Toys, Random King, Coins for Vince, Liquid Chill, Boar Slayer, Jeff 079, Mortal Wombats, Viper Czar, Zarveen, Rising Dragons, Mydruja, Ashik Shan, Going Tonto, Walk the Grid, Hussein Muhammad, Prince Paradox, Unmata, and me, NashvilleLou. It's 25. So for the top 10 finishers, it'll be leaderboard points. That monthly competition. People want that top 25 finish. They want a top 75, top 150. It's just going to get more and more difficult as this game becomes more and more popular. All the signs keep indicating to me there's more interest out there. This is bringing people into the world of wax gaming. You understand how much fun it is to stream it on Twitch, how easy it is to stream it. I mean, the game itself is the entertainment. I just read off the names, tell you what you're going to get. We have some good times with it. The winner here gets a Warsaken Foil Prime card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection, give you a boost in the game Meta Battler, plus an entry into the drawing. We're going to have giving away 3 Faded Monsuda packs, Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 0300 UTC. Part of Tides Tuesday, which is an all-day event with a bunch of different streamers. My portion of it gets going 10 p.m. Eastern. That's what it's slated for. That's how I plan to open the broadcast. You don't have to be present to win. You've already earned it by winning here on Twitchy Tides Freeform. We've got 25 players. If this is my lucky one and I finally get a win here on Freeform, prize goes to second place. And it starts now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides Freeform, episode 4. Right away, a depth charge. This is down to 23. Viper Czar and Prince Paradox out. Big Worm with a hook. And there goes Tree Frog Nada, down to 22. Frantic behavior there in that top right corner. No escaping, though. Pink Felicia going left to right. Felicia eliminates Hussein and Notorious Ninja, down to 20. Depth charge. Thing got neutralized somehow. Didn't take out anybody. Depth charge. There goes Billy XBT along with Liquid Chill. We're down to 18. Mortal Wombats is out. Wasn't sure if 4 Slayer was part of that or not. We're down to 16. Make that 15. Depth charge. Takes out to 14. Takes out Mydruja and Flower. So we're down to 14 remaining. Pink Felicia. Up top. Going left to right. There goes Autumn's Toys. There goes Terran Lore. More than half the field is out. We're down to a dozen. Pink Felicia. Over by the Twitchy Tide sign. Knocks out Random King and Chucky. So we're down to 10. The fish remaining have top 10 finishes. Thus some leaderboard points. Who's going to be the winner? Here comes Pink Felicia taking out Jeff and Zarveen. So we're down to 8. Cannonball. That takes out a Sheik Shan along with Rising Dragon. So we're down to 6. Depth Charge, Walk the Grid, and Going Tonto are out. So we're down to the last 4 now. Canvas, Coins for Vince, Armada, and me, NashvilleLou. Big Worm with a Hook. Takes out both myself and Armada, so we're down to 2. Canvas and Coins for Vince, the last 2. See that Depth Charge? Upper right part of the screen. Canvas heading right for it. There it goes with a boom. That's going to do it. Congratulations. Coins for Vince. Second win of the broadcast here in game number 15. Congratulations. The top 10 finishers. Some leaderboard points. Very helpful in that monthly competition. Especially helpful if you can finish first. That's what Coins for Vince did right there. Congratulations on the victory. Game number 15. Back open for the next game. Exclamation mark play. Type that in chat to get in for our next Twitchy Tides game. So my plan for today is to take this up to close to top of the hour. And then at some point on Monday, tomorrow, I plan on doing some sort of, I'm trying a different day part, started a little bit later for today's broadcasting, how it compares to overnight US. Different days, different time slots, seeing what works, what doesn't. And particularly the whole freeform idea, seeing what the audience seems to like and not like as much and what we can adjust. And also the gameplay as far as, okay, maybe they don't have unlimited kill power. If we limit it a bit more, does it make it more exciting? Does it drag it out unnecessarily? But I found that I like it where it doesn't just immediately knock out 8 or 10 people. I can't keep track of it. If I were to try and list off the names, I'd miss the next part. I can hear the hammering from next door. They're doing some serious work over there. They were working on it yesterday as well. That deck my neighbors are putting in the next door. Neighbors there in that backyard. Or a skill saw early. What is going on? Oh, that's right. They're working on the deck. We got 19 players in right now for this next Twitchy Tides game. So to get in for this next Twitchy Tides game, just type exclamation point play in chat. Got 20 players in. Hey, people are ready to go, ready to play 21. Sum it up against it for me as far as the time goes. I can't just extend beyond top of the hour because I feel like it. I've got other obligations. But we have I'm testing out different ideas and different ways of approaching Twitchy Tides because you can make this game your own. And from a live streaming standpoint, from a TV producer standpoint, being able to test things out, trying different approaches. I love it. 22 players in. Let's make it 23 with me and the Oga Beaver. All right, so we got 23 players. Oh, right, I messed up that OBS studio window there. Right-clicking. No harm done, though, I think. So 23 players before my technical directing skills, right at the 3.5 hour mark. I was going to say, that's when it starts to get a little bit dicey for me as far as that goes. 24 players in. Let's go to the 25. Here we go. We got Rising Dragons, Notorious Ninja, a Sheik Shan, Chucky, Liquid Chill, Random King, Jeff 0079, Mocha Twitcher, Freeform, Jericho, Canvas, Walk the Grid, Hydroja, Terran Lore, Jamie Penguins, Prince Paradox, Four Slayer, Viper Czar, Autumn's Toys, Flower, Lexi Lex, me, NashvilleLou, Silent One, Zarveen, Unmada, Mortal Wombats, SDB123. So 27 players. Top 10 finishers will receive points for that monthly leaderboard competition. TwitchyTides.io is the website. I want to find the very latest standings, or the latest that they have posted there. It's quite convenient. It also has a link to the Twitchy Tides Discord. If you're new to this, if you're watching, just sitting back saying, all right, Lou, this is interesting, but some of this makes no sense. Nah, you can play. You don't even have to have a wax wallet if you want to play for fun. It's just exclamation point play in chat. It'll assign you a fish if you want to play for fun, but most people here are hoping for the top 10 finish with those leaderboard points. Want a first place finish. Get a Warsaken foil prime card. Item from the NashvilleLou collection. Entry into that drawing for one of 3 faded Monsuda packs will be given away on Tides Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. 27 players make that 28. Solkanar, hello, getting in there with that Lambo Gilly, to be precise. Okay, so 28 players. If I win, prize goes to second place. And the 16th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides, NashvilleLou Live. Right away, a depth charge takes out Liquid Chill and Notorious Ninja, and we're down to 26. Big worm with a hook over there on that right side. There goes Autumn's Toys and Lexi Lex, and we're down to 24. Depth charge, eliminating Solkanar and a Sheik Shan, so we're down to 22. Cannonball. That eliminates Viper, Czar, and Hydroja. So we're down to 20. Big worm with that hook. That takes out Jericho and Silent One. Down to 18. Pink Felicia. Going down Broadway right to left. Finally got dealt with, but up before taking out Canvas and Prince Paradox, down to 16. Big worm with the hook. So SDME's out. Flower. And Walk the Grid might have gotten caught up in that as well. We're down to 13. I can tell you that. And it's Debo. Debo the Shark taking out Chucky and Unmada. So we're down to 11. Or use the cheat command to throw that axe or that hatchet or whatever it's supposed to be the name of it there for the beaver. It ends up taking out Debo the Shark. You never know what to expect in Twitchy Tides. Got a spook command there from Jeff0079. You got that bubble there with the flow fish from Rising Dragons that sent Debo back in the other direction. So we're down to 10. All the fish in here have a top 10 finish for this game and leaderboard points. But who's going to be the winner? Pink Felicia coming through, taking out Four Slayer, taking out Mocha Twitcher, and we're down to 8. And it's Pink Felicia. One left to right. There goes Jeff. And there I go, eliminated. And we're down to 6. Cannonball up top takes out Rising Dragons and Jamie Penguins. We're down to 4. Zarveen, Terran Lore, Mortal Wombats, and Random King, the last 4. And it's Pink Felicia. One left to right, bottom half of the screen. Zaps Terran Lore. We're down to 3. Zarveen, Random King, Mortal Wombats, the final 3. Depth charge. Top right part of the screen. And it disappears just as mortal wombats move close to it. Eventually, the bombs do time out. The depth charges, that is. Now look out for Debo the Shark. Debo takes out mortal wombats. But that's it. Zarveen able to go above Debo. So it's Zarveen and Random King, the final two here in this Twitchy Tides game here on NashvilleLou Live, game number 16 of the broadcast. And it's the return of Debo, left to right, bottom half. That's going to take out Random King, and that's going to do it. Congratulations, Zarveen, getting the victory. Game number 16 of the broadcast. So another first time for the broadcast win here in the 16th game, with Zarveen getting the victory. As noted, for the top 10 finishers, leaderboard points or Slayer on up. Yes, including me. But it's the winner, Zarveen. Congratulations. Let me make sure I had this. Yes, I do have it copied over. Again, when I get to this point in the broadcast, I'm going to double and triple check. Say, okay. The Mr. Clean Show element kicks in for me. Okay, I want to make sure this goes as smoothly as possible. And now we're back open for game number 17 of the broadcast. You can get in now with exclamation point play in chat. At least 2 more games in for the end of the broadcast. A lot of this just testing out different approaches. And you can continue to get in here with exclamation play. I'm going to pop into the settings real fast. With Green Felicia. And you can see where I've got the max kills set at 2 apiece. What if we tried something different? What if we made a max kill of 1? Even with the cannonball, leave it 2. But the rest I'll have it 1. How about that? See how that goes. We got 7 players in for this next Twitchy Tides game. Up to 9 now. I'll be off headset for just a few minutes. Then back in here with the next Twitchy Tides game. It's Freeform, Episode 4, NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. All right, back on headset with you here. Twitchy Tides Freeform, Episode 4. Got 22 players in for this next game. If you were here a few minutes ago, you saw that we had a slight change here for this next game. We're going to limit the opponents to 1 kill per crossing, with the exception of the cannonball. We'll keep that at 2. 23. Soon to be at least 24. I'll use the Las Vegas Vape Ape here. That gets us to 24 players. Last chance to get in for this game of Twitchy Tides. This is going to be game number 17 of the broadcast. Got 24 in there thus far. If you're going to want to join, they got 25 now, but you'll want to be swift about it. Make that 26. We've got Prince Paradox, Jeff 0079, Walk the Grid, Notorious Ninja, Jamie Penguins, Autumn's Toys, Horror Slayer, Rising Dragons, Tree Frog Nada, Viper Czar, Mortal Wombats, Hussein Muhammad, Unmada, Flower, Billy XBT, Chucky, Ivanov 007, Going Tonto, Jericho, Random King, me, NashvilleLou with the Vape Ape, Cesaro NLV with that Grail Whale, Zarveen, Canvas, Lexi Lex is in, Silent One, Viraman, Liquid Chill. That's 28 players. Top 10 players will earn leaderboard points for that monthly competition. And people are playing this around the clock. Want to get those top 10 finishes. Want to get those victories. And for the winner of this game, be a Warsaken Foil Prime card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Give you a boost in the game Meta Battler, plus an entry. The drawing we're going to have Tuesday night, U.S. time Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 0300 UTC. You don't have to be present to win. You'll have already earned it here because the only way to get in on that drawing for 3 Faded Monsuda packs, given to me personally by Sensei Bullrog to give away here. We're going to have the winners drawn for my start of the leg of Tides Tuesday, an all-day event. My portion of it slated to start 10 p.m. Eastern, so I plan to start with that. And the only way in is to win here on Freeform. And there's no guarantee. It's not like you show up a bunch, you'll just eventually win necessarily. You can be like me, I've been in every game and haven't won a single one. And yet I'm happy about it, which is not the norm for me. You know, as with most people, if you're going to be competing, you want to win. And yet here, so many different winners we've had. So much fun. We got 28 players, and this next game starts now. Good luck. And remember here, these are capped at 1 kill per pass. Through pass through. That cannonball gets 1. Well, that cannonball plays by different rules. Excuse me. The cannonball gets 2, but only 2. Everyone else gets 1. So Autumn's Toys and Prince Paradox out early. Not Pink Felicia. I tried to switch it. It's Green Felicia. But again, capped at 1. So Jericho's out, but that's it. We're down to 25. This is the sort of thing I want to test from a pacing standpoint, how this compares to, say, 2 kills on a given pass or more. Right there, Hussein Muhammad gets taken out by Green Felicia. That's all the damage that's done. We're down to 24. I love that you can customize it to this degree with Twitchy Tides. That includes the presentation as well as a cannonball comes through, taking out Mortal Wombats and Zarveen. Some people present it a lot differently. They don't use a full screen approach like I have. And the game has that latitude. Some people don't want a full screen. They want to have it where you can have camera on screen, you have chat on screen, however you want to do it. And that's the great thing for live streamers. You can make it your own. Meanwhile, Ivanov 007 gets taken out there by Debo the Shark. But Debo, again, that 1 kill limit per pass through. It's a little bit slower. Down to 20. Debo. Debo takes out Tree Frog, Nada, and we're down to 19. Turn of Debo. Working bottom right side there. That takes out Liquid Chill. We're down to 18. And there with a vape ape. Maybe I can throw a banana out there. Meanwhile, Chunky gets taken out. Depth charge. We're down to 17. Can't even see where the banana went. Depth charge, and there goes Jeff 0079 down to 16. Green Felicia. Right to left. Upper part of the screen takes out Cesaro NLV. We're down to 15. Try again with the banana, or is it too soon? A banana cooldown. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Did throw the banana after all, but Green Felicia showed up and zapped Jamie Penguin. So we're down to 14. Half the field is out. Now more than half the field is we're down to 13. Big Worm with a hook takes out Veerman. Depth charge. There goes Viper Czar. We're down to a dozen. It's Debo. Debo the Shark going down Broadway left to right. Takes out Silent One. Down to 11. Green Felicia. Green Felicia takes out Billy XBT. Down to 10. So these final 10 fish have a top 10 finish. Plus some leaderboard points, but who's going to be the winner? Another banana out. Green Felicia takes out Random King the banana. Does in Felicia, but the damage already done. We're down to 9. Depth charge. There goes 4 Slayer down to 8. Depth charge. Just going to take out Lexi Lex. We're down to 7. And it's Debo the Shark taking out Notorious Ninja. Down to 6. Big Worm with the hook. Unmada off the bounce, gets hooked, and we're down to 5. Cannonball takes out Rising Dragons, takes me out as well, so we're down to 3. Going Tonto, Walk the Grid, and Flower, the final 3. And it's Debo the Shark. Remember, that's a 1 kill maximum for Debo, but might even get that here. Debo misses all 3. Walk the Grid, Going Tonto, and Flower. Last 3 in there, and it's a depth charge. Going Tonto hits the depth charge. There's the boom. And we're down to 2. Walk the Grid and Flower, the final 2. It's Twitchy Tides Freeform, episode 4. And it's Debo the Shark going left to right. Up top, can Flower get low enough? And it looks like that will happen. The saga continues. Flower and Walk the Grid, the final 2. Walk the Grid with that flame command. Ready to use it if need be. Depth charge. That's going to take out Walk the Grid, and it's Flower 4803 getting the victory. Here in this 17th game of the broadcast. So the first win of the show for this broadcast here for Flower, if I'm reading this correctly. Again, there's some scrolling up and down to it. We had a bunch of different winners thus far. We're not finished yet. Of course, top 10 finishers get those leaderboard points for the monthly competition. So for Random King on up, it's Flower with a victory. Game number 17. All right. Much like in golf, 18th hole, last game of the broadcast here. I think I'll do a raid over to Welsh Dan FT after we're done with this next game. I'll stay on headset with you here for the duration of this. Go ahead and get in now, though, with exclamation point play. And if you're like me and you still haven't won a game here on Freeform, even though I've been in every single one. But if you're like me and you haven't won yet, and you think, Lou, I want to get into that drawing and we'll have a chance to win one of those 3 faded Monsuda packs, doing the drawing Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. There's the overlay to emphasize the message there. But I'm not sure yet exactly the when or how long for Monday or tomorrow with NashvilleLou Live. But I do hope to get one more Freeform episode in. Probably a different day part just to try it out there to see how it works. I mean, Twitchy Tides has the demand, seems like that's insatiable around the clock. But try not to see what's going to work the best. What do people respond most positively to? What can I go back later and watch? Say, okay, we can adjust this or that. In my TV news producer hat / sports producer. And when you're doing live sports broadcasts, you're quite often producing yourself, essentially. There's no truck over there to give you the 30-second cue. Tell the affiliates you might be going long. The way it is, it's usually you in what is usually not a very glamorous spot either, like standing on top of the road team press box. But look, just getting to call those games can be a lot of fun. So I keep that in mind when I broadcast here from the comfort of my home to people around the world with games that I want to play. And that includes Twitchy Tides. We've got 14 players in for this next game, which will be the last one here of the broadcast. This time I'll use the Soul the Catfish. We've got 15 players in for this last game of the broadcast. The winner gets a Warsake and Foil Prime card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection, plus an entry into the drawing Tuesday night, 10 p.m. for those 3 faded Monsuda packs we'll be giving away. That's how I play to open the show for my leg of it with Tides Tuesday, which is an all-day event. Many thanks again to Las Vegas Ape for organizing Tides Tuesday and also for including me in it, because it's so much fun. Oh, so great. All right, so we got 15 players in. We got Chucky, IMJR000, Rising Dragons, Walk the Grid, Canvas, Flower, Jeff 079, Notorious Ninja, Dave Ira, Random King, Zarveen, Free Frog Nada, me, NashvilleLou, Mortal Wombats, Terran Lore, and now Autumn's Toys is in. We got 16 players. I'm going to keep it with the same settings where it's a maximum kill of 1 per opponent, with the exception of the Cannonball, which will kill 2. Trying out different speeds, different limitations or lack thereof for the opponents. Trying to find what's make for the most compelling broadcast, what's going to work best for my style. 17 now, 4 Slayers in. So the top 10 finishers get those leaderboard points. As far as the top prize goes, if I finally get a win here, in that case, prize goes to second place. All right, 17 players. 18, Pennybags Jr. gets in just in time. 19, Prince Paradox gets in just in time as well. And you got this, Lou, says Prince. Well, we'll see. Viper Zarzan gets us 20. All right, we got 20. Let's do it. It starts now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides. Freeform Episode 4, NashvilleLou Live, game number 18 of the broadcast. Debo going left to right, bottom half of the screen. Debo takes out Mortal Wombats. We're down to 19. And it's Debo really working the low road, trying to hide under the logo over there. A banana was played. Well done. Presume that was Rising Dragons there with that Vape Ape. Depth charge takes out Flower down to 18. Debo went left to right, but again capped at 1 kill, so Zarveen is out, but no further damage caused on that pass through. And the battle continues. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. The hook from Big Worm takes out Viper Czar, and we're down to 16. Depth charge, there goes Terran Lore, we're down to 15. Cannonball, 4 Slayer and Canvas, both eliminated, down to 13. Well-timed banana there by Rising Dragons. Although there's the Cannonball taking out Rising Dragons and Tree Frog Nada, down to 11. It's Debo the Shark. Debo takes out Notorious Ninja. Half the field is out. We're down to 10. So this top 10 finishers here know they're going to get some leaderboard points. Who will be the winner? Debo. Debo the Shark takes out Dave Ira, and we're down to 9. Prince Paradox using the Flare command there. That Neon Leon. Depth charge. The depth charge takes out Chucky, and we're down to 8. Another depth charge. This time it's Prince Paradox eliminated, and we're down to 7. Ugh, says Prince Paradox. Yep. Ugh for me right there. Pink Felicia takes out my Soul the Catfish. We're down to a half dozen. Cannonball. Pennybags Jr. out along with the Walk the Grid. Down to the final 4. Jeff 0079. I Am JR. Autumn's Toys. Random King. Big Worm with a hook takes out Autumn's Toys, and we're down to 3. Jeff. Random King. I Am JR. The final 3. Big Worm with a hook takes out Jeff, and we're down to 2. Random King. And I Am JR. The last 2. Depth charge. A depth charge knocks out I Am JR, and it's Random King. 206. Getting the victory in this 18th game of the broadcast. If I'm not mistaken, for Random King, that's the first win here in this particular broadcast. We had all sorts of different winners here with this. So congratulations to the winners. And of course, those top 10 finishers. The leaderboard points there. This Random King getting the victory in this 18th game. We start to grow very close to noon Eastern time. Double check something here real fast, so please stand by. So Welsh Dan FT is live. I'll do a sig out real fast, have a cut point for video on demand later. So if you want to go back to watch this you can do so. It'll stick around indefinitely when you make a VOD into a highlight or make a highlight out of it, like I'll plan to do with this broadcast. So I'll do the SIG out to say goodbye. Then we'll do a raid over to Welsh. We'll say hey to Welsh and keep the fun going there. That's going to do it for this broadcast of NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. Thanks for watching. See you next time.